Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 5. We are here today with race number 5, followed by race number 6, of course, for those watching live. But first up we have Bahrain GP, returning from the last season. And this track is created by Leo Team. And the current standings, you can see right there, we have Snorker leading 110 points. Good early lead. Snorker's had a strong start to the season, but it is early days. We'll see if they can carry on going strong throughout the rest of these 32 races. And we have Fludes behind with 99, and then Azur tied with Moo for third. And just a reminder, we're on race 5, what everyone's competing for. £50 to the winner of the season, plus a winner roll in the Discord, £30 to the second place, plus the runner-up roll, and £20 to the third place. So if you are watching and you're not signed up, you're not taking part, head over to the Discord in the description, and you can sign up to future seasons down there, and maybe have a chance of taking home some of that prize pool if you're fast enough. But let's head over to the first track of the day, or of the evening I should say, at least for me. So here we go. Bahrain GP. Not too complicated, not much scenery, but it doesn't need it. It does not need it. The track speaks for itself. Bahrain. Oh, it was a good one last season. Well, let's hope it's going to be a good one again this season. We also have the pit lane as well that opens up at some point into the race. So we'll see how that gets used and if it benefits anyone. But first, predictions. So let's start a prediction. How many races will DNF? 2 minutes to get those predictions in. Well, we have a look around the track for anyone that doesn't know what the Bahrain circuit looks like. Big straight to start it off. Into a sharp turn, you've got to slow down for that. Sweeping round into a bit of an uphill. And into almost a hairpin, but not quite. Then going through an S-bend and sweeping round to the left before going around a sweeping U-turn. Uphill again, then going around two 90-degree turns, going back downhill, opening up to the straight, and we do have DRS zones, so we might see some overtaking opportunities if you are within a second of the marble in front. So we'll see how that gets utilised. Going around two left-handers into a long sweeping right, and then into one that tightens, and then another long straight going into an incline. And then around the final corners, 90-degree, and then a little, I was going to say chicane, but I don't think it's classified as chicane, but a little zigzag. Sure, that's the technical term for that type of corner. And down the main straight, or the pit lane, when the pit window opens. So again, pretty straightforward. If you know the Bahrain circuit from real life, you'll probably see it's a pretty accurate representation of the track, with its very little scenery. But if the race is good, we don't need the scenery. There are random bits dotted around. Don't ask me why. And then we have all the logic stuff out in the open. One that's shooting water. Again, don't ask me why. No need to ask questions on that. I assume they might signify what number it's on or something. But yeah, getting sidetracked while the prediction time is counting down. Pesky was saying time to win this again. Bold talk. We'll have to see. So let's get everyone into their starting positions. On the front row, we have Weep, Pesky Bird, Bwert, and Demon. And on the back row, we have Iceman, Moose, Snorker, and Cheese. Again, Snorker having a good season so far. We'll see what happens from the back row here. Can Snorker keep the pace into the first race of the evening? And with predictions done, let's get the race started. 10 laps around this track as the countdown begins. And they are off down the main straight, starting to bunch up a bit. Trying to get the camera speed here, but they're in between the camera speeds. There we go. Now we got it. Looks like Weep's going to have the inside line as they slow down into the corner. Weep does take the inside line and goes in front of Alfonso. Jimmy just behind. And heading up the hill. Quite a bit of speed there. Into this. Oh, there's a crash. There's been a big crash. Jimmy and Boer colliding on the corner. There's a second bit of a pile-up. Jimmy's rolling backwards. We'll see if Jimmy can get going again in a second. Just going the wrong way. Jimmy currently going the wrong way. Is it enough to recover? It might be too slow. This might not be good for Jimmy. And Shady having some difficulties as well as dropping behind. And that could be Jimmy stuck for the time being unless they can get pushed going again. But that could cause some pile-up issues. We'll see how that interferes with everyone else on the following lap. But up at the front, Wheat is leading. And yeah, see F in the chat by Boer. I think that could be a potential F in the chat for Jimmy. It's at least going to cost a whole lap. Is anyone else going to get picked up in that chaos? Pesky Bird right behind Cheese. Cheese going to block. Wheat's blocking Alfonso. And Boer is following, looking for a chance to overtake. Going up the hill. Cheese on the inside line. It's a big hit off the wall. Pesky Bird goes around the outside. Boer tries to tuck in behind Cheese. Is there an opening? A bit more speed and Boer does make it past Cheese. Demon also chasing Cheese down. Utilizing the DRS booster there. Alfonso cannot find a way past Weep up at the front. And now we're going to see, is everyone going to go around Jimmy? Looks like everyone's going to hug the outside. Not seeing any more bad collisions on this wall. Everyone passing Jimmy, so yes, it looks like that's going to be Jimmy's race over. Nasty crash there. Boer managed to come out of that okay, but it has been very costly for Jimmy and race ending. No pile-up at least. That is a good thing. Jimmy has stayed to the inside. Alfonso goes for the pass on the straight, making it around Wheat with a bit more speed. Cheese, Demon, and then Boer now. Snorker, bit of a rough exit, but manages to block Azure Stardust. We've got Fludes, Eggbot, Iceman, Eggbot, Moo, Iceman, Superboss, and Shady. Everyone grouped up quite a bit here. But up at the front, Alfonso starting to break away. One must be sacrificed. Oh, Coffee Raceway, yeah, we'll see how that goes. See how that plays out. Demon making the pass as well. Wheat dropping to third. And opening up into the straight. Pesky Bird going for the overtake. Looks like Demon, Wheat, and Boer all slipstreaming in a line there, but Pesky Bird making the overtake successfully before the first corner. Moves up to second. Shady trying to catch up with the pack in front. Going past Jimmy once again. It's all clean. So quite the battle going on up at the front between these five. And Cheese lurking just behind. Looking for an opportunity. The Jimmy corner. Oh, you know it's bad when you get one named after you. Following an incident. As an overtake, Pesky Bird makes an overtake. Demon in front of Alfonso. Weep squeezing in front of Alfonso as well. Oh boy, with a little clip on the inside wall. Gives Cheese a chance to get past. Does just make it past a little bit of contact. And Pesky Bird is going to be leading Demon with the fastest lap, currently in second. It's a very unique track. It's a very real track too. Alfonso and Weep, the squeeze there. Weep trying to force Alfonso out, but it doesn't work, and actually slows Weep down quite a bit. Boer's going to have a bit more pace, but is going to tuck him behind. And up at the front, Demon has gone into the lead, but Pescabird and Alfonso right behind. They've got Weep, Boer, and Cheese following them, and then Eggbot, Stardust, Fluids, and Iceman together. It looks like Snorker not doing as well in this race so far. Iceman taking the fastest lap, currently in 10th. So focusing back on the front three here. Starting to break away from the three behind. There's a bit of a bump there. Boer seems to be playing a little bit dirty today. A little nudge on Cheese there, slowing Cheese down, and now Cheese is at risk from 4 different racers behind, and this could be bad going into this straight. You'll see Eggbot go for a maneuver, Stardust just behind, but Eggbot's going to block Stardust a bit. Stardust lunging to the inside does make it for the Cheese, but Eggbot not quite making it work. We're moving up past Weep into 4th. And Pescabird, Demon, and Alfonso still very close together. Alfonso's got a bit more speed, going to make the overtake. Pescabird too busy blocking Demon on the inside. As they go to the outside, we know it's a little bit quicker to hug that outside wall, but Alfonso does manage to block in time. Oh, and Pescabird tries to squeeze the outside. Alfonso plays the block. Demon goes for the inside line and makes it work. Going quite quick down that straight, and Boer has gained during all of that. Might be looking to cause a bit of trouble up at the front. Going a bit too quick there with the camera. Makes a lunge in front of Pescabird. That moves Boer up to 3rd. Stardust taking the fastest lap, and Pescabird a hit on the wall. It seems anyone that Boer races with results in a crash. Results in a bit of a slowdown. So we're up to something here. Now closing on the top 2. Demon going for a lunge, collides with Alfonso. Boer's looking to shoot the gap, tries to split between them, doesn't quite make it in front of Demon, but will squeeze in between them, pushing Alfonso down to 3rd. See what happens here. We're going to try and push the outside. Alfonso hugging closely, does move up into 1st. Demon tucking in front of Alfonso, and Boer's going to try and break away now in the lead. Pescabird now trying to make a comeback. Bit more speed than Alfonso and Demon. Can they get past? There's a bit of contact. Pescabird going for the outside. Alfonso going for the inside lunge. And it doesn't work for Pescabird. Alfonso cutting in front of Demon. A lot of speed down this straight. Going towards the first corner. No one in overtaking distance here. As they group up, so it's going further back. Wheat with Cheese just behind, followed by Stardust. Then we have Fluids further back. There's Snorker, Eggbot, Iceman, Moo, and Superboss, and then Shady trailing behind a bit. So Pescabird trying to find a way past. And Boer just trying to maintain that lead. Trying to keep Alfonso out of range for the overtake. Going a bit slow up there. This could be a chance for Alfonso to get that 1st place back. And there's the move. Lunging past Boer. And now making the getaway. Pescabird with an inside line. Oh, but it's slow. Demon's going to come past on the outside. Cheese sweeps Stardust and Fluids just behind Pescabird. And further back, see Snorker trying to make up some positions now late into the race. Looks like Azur's going to go for a lunge on the inside though. Does make it work getting in front of Snorker. And the 2 Balls of Steel, Fluids and Stardust trading positions while chasing down Wheat and Cheese in front. Wheat getting slowed down slightly by Cheese. Still waiting for the pit lane to open. See what sort of effect that has on Alfonso. Taking the fastest lap with a strong lap, going up into the lead. Demon up into 2nd and Boer dropping to 3rd. And it is the end of the race that counts. That is correct. Not many overtakes. I would beg to differ. I think there are a fair few overtakes on this track. I guess they are mainly on the straights. I think that's intentional design. You can see everyone grouping up here. We could have quite an exciting finish to the race. Alfonso really trying to keep out of range of Demon and Blur as they start to spread out, but Cheese going for an overtake on Pesky Bird up the inside, moving up to 4th. Further back, it looks like there's quite a big gap now back to Azur, Superboss, Iceman, Moo, and Snorker has dropped back quite a bit and is with Eggbot. But also there's quite a big gap now up to our front runners. The pit window is open. Did that back half pit on the previous lap? I don't know. We may have missed that. That may be why the big gap. I may be wrong. We'll have to see here if this closes before they come round. It's a rough pit entry there for Stardust. And Alfonso with a good pit entry. Going to have a good gap to Demon and Boer on the exit. And there we go. Yes, they did pit on the previous lap. Now, is this going to be beneficial at all? As Azur's heading down. None of them really getting a boost from each other though. But it's a big play. Oh, and there's a bit of a pile up there between Boer and Demon. And Azur's going to go up to 4th. Cheese now in 5th, Pesky in 6th, Weep in 7th, Superboss now in 8th, Iceman 9th, Moo in 10th, Flues in 11th. Then it's Stardust, Eggbot, Snorker, and then Shady. So, a good play there for pitting the lap early. And really paying off for Azur. But looks like Alfonso is flying away with it right now. Boer and Demon really battling it out. Now, if they play this smart, stop colliding with each other, slowing each other down, they could use these boosts to try and close this gap on Alfonso. But they're going to have to work together to have a chance of catching Alfonso at this point. They've got to be careful because they are at risk behind. There are quite a few people behind waiting to come past. Side by side up the hill, Boer on the inside, Demon on the outside, Boer with a bit more speed going into the corner, Azur with a bit more speed as well will get past Demon. Demon will drop to 4th. And with that boost, Boer and Azur are going to be closing down the gap on Alfonso. And Boer is now right behind Alfonso on turn 1. Pesky Bird battling out with Cheese. Pesky Bird has the inside, will block Cheese out. Superboss has Moo tailing them. And Stardust has dropped down to 14th. Not a great final part to the race for Stardust, but Boer with big plays on lap 9 going up into 1st place. Azur and Alfonso just behind, followed by Demon and then Weep. But can Boer hold this to the end? It's going to be hard. Bit of a collision there, Alfonso and Azur trading places back and forth. And now here comes the boost on the straight to close that gap and look for a way to pass Boer. Alfonso still holding the fastest lap as well for that extra point. Is it a Boer moment or a Boer moment? That is the question. Gonna have to see. As anything can happen with these races. And Weep is going to come past Demon. Alfonso right behind Boer, but is there a way past? It's not looking like it. Boer closing off that gap. Even with the boost, they're just going to tuck in behind Boer. They're just going to be patient. They're going to wait, forcing Boer to the inside. Trying to squeeze Boer out, but it's not going to work. Because Boer is standing strong. Final lap. Just got to hold on for one more lap. And up the hill, still trying to find a way past. And Alfonso squeezes through. Word does manage to block off Azur. And Alfonso now will be trying to extend that lead long enough to make it around this lap and keep hold of that fastest lap. Further back, you can see a bit of action going on here. Stardust has actually dropped to 15th. And Eggbot, Shady, and Snorker are battling it out. And Boer dropping another position and another one to Weep. Weep just slamming Boer against the wall. Bit of payback for what Boer did to people early on. And is Boer crumbling on the final lap. Got 2 green slushies up in 1-2 position. Azur leading, Alfonso in 2nd. Weep in 3rd, Boer in 4th, Demon in 5th. Going into the final corner. And Azur just pulling away. Weep with a lot of speed. He's going to go around the outside of Alfonso. And Alfonso, a big hit on the wall. Boer and Demon are going to come past, but heading down the final straight. There we go. Azur takes the win. It is close, neck and neck between Boer and Demon there, but Weep taking 2nd, Boer taking 3rd, Demon 4th, Alfonso 5th with the fastest lap. Cheese 6th, Superboss 7th, Peskybird 8th, Fludes 9th, Moo 10th, just holding off Iceman, who finishes 11th. Then Snorker coming through in 12th, Eggbot in 13th, Shady in 14th, Stardust in 15th, and Jimmy is going to be the one DNF of the race. But what a race. What an exciting race. All the way to the end. Lots of back and forth. And yeah, all the way down to the end, it was close. Alfonso almost holding on for most of the race, but unfortunate end there, pushing a bit too hard into that last corner. It was punishing, dropping a couple of positions at the end there. And Boer also almost holding it down, but Azur playing the pit strategy to perfection and holding it down to the end does take the win. So congratulations to Azur on the win. Good race all round. I see the hydrate, so I will hydrate. And we can do the prediction results. And the outcome, 0-1. Gotta wait for the time to count down. Yeah, just to confirm. There we go, just on cue. Yep, definitely won. And there we go. Results in. I didn't actually see how many people got that right. 4. Okay, wow. Quite a few people guessing correctly there, so well done to all those that guessed right. I've got a feeling everyone that predicted the same thing. So probably no gains. Yes, good race. I'm going to go and put the results. When did we DNF? So I thought our prediction was cooked. Yeah, it was an interesting DNF actually. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to DNF on this track, but that move there, that crash, very unfortunate end to Jimmy's race. But yes, I'm going to go and put the results over on the leaderboard, and I'll be back in just a minute with the standings. And in fact, you know what? While we do that, let's run the ad break now, because there's an ad break coming up that will probably end up starting just after we come back with the results. So I'm going to run the ad break now, so while we do the results, you can enjoy some wonderful ads. Unless you're subscribed on Twitch, then you don't have to. You can enjoy watching Azur's victory laps. So I'll be back in just a minute with the standings. Okay, the results have been entered, so let's take a look at the standings. So, and there is another ad break coming up, even though I ran that ad. I think it ran like a half-length one, and then it has to run another half-length one or something. never manually done it, and I can't snooze it. So we're going to run through this quite quick, ready for that to hit. But with Azur's win, that puts Azur up into first place, 132 points. We've got Snorker in second with 119, Fludes in third with 113, Moo in fourth with 104, Boy in fifth with 103, Eggbot in sixth with 99, Iceman in seventh with 88, Cheese in eighth with 85, Superboss in ninth with 75, and Alfonso in 10th with 74. Below that, we have Pesky Bird, Wheat, Jimmy, Demon, Shady, and Stardust dropped to the bottom after an unfortunate final section of that race, not going to plan. But Azur taking the lead in the standings. Quite a turn of events, pushing Snorker down to second. This link is broken, missing a space. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I will take a look at that. Thank you, Bur. Yes, and the team standings. Snowballs still holding that top spot, 98 points. Balls of Steel in second with 93. Grandmasters in third with 91. Green Slushies in fourth with 90. Eternal Darkness tied for fifth with the Doge Balls with 86. Tutti Frutti in seventh with 83. Ultraviolets in eighth with 82. Then Icebreakers and Marble Minions are tied with 81 at the bottom. So, an interesting race. Azur stealing that top spot. We'll see if Azur can keep hold of that, or if Snorker's going to fight back. It's a bit of a rough race for Snorker. We'll see what happens on the second one of the stream. It's going to be interesting, but still plenty of races left to go. So if you're outside of that top 10, or outside of that top 3, or at the bottom, it's still early. Still plenty of points up for grabs and plenty of opportunities. Peskbird saying they'll make it come back. There is plenty of time for it. So we'll see what's to come in the future. But for now, those watching on YouTube, this is the end of this video. For those on Twitch, don't go anywhere because we do have another race coming up. But for those watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.